How to deal with difficult family members. Our family can be the biggest source of triggers and shadows that we inherit in this lifetime. On a soul level, we choose our family to clear the karma of a certain genetic line. We use it for our own personal growth too, obviously, but also I think we come in with an intention to clear genetic karma. And what does that mean? It means our family are going to be challenging, but it's also where we can grow the most. And so why is it so challenging? Well, if you think about all of your shadows and triggers, the things that make you upset when you're around your family, they are passed down generation from generation. So all of the things that we are working on, our parents passed down from their parents, from their parents, from their parents. And I think Carl Jung, he said the task of every child is to the unlived lives of their parents. The task of every child is to fulfill the unlived lives of their parents, something around that. So that means we're going to take the baton, grab the baton from our parents and do the best we can, and then give it to our kids. Or just the culture, if you don't have kids, that doesn't matter. The culture around you, the people around you, you hand them the gifts that you have found, and this is how we grow. Another quote that's popping into my mind: if you think you are enlightened, go spend a week with your family. And that can include your significant other, can include your children, parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, everybody that you are genetically tied to. They probably carry similar aspects of the same shadows. So, how to deal with this? That I've found the most direct, simple way is to find your center and present that to the people you are having challenges with. So what does that mean? It means go into your heart. From your heart space and your head space, those are two different things, two totally different energies. And you can also move into your gut, into your navel, your belly. These are our three main centers. But your heart is the center between the material and the physical. It is your balanced point. So when you approach someone from your heart, you can do it right now. Think of someone you really have a challenging relationship with, and think about it from your head. Think about all the reasons why, justify all of your separateness. And then go into your heart and think of all of the reasons why you love them, why you appreciate them, why you're grateful for them. And how silly it is to get caught in that game. Because that is the game. When we start off in this world, we have to develop a personality. If we don't develop a personality, we stay as animals, basically. There have been people that have been raised by wolves, and in the wild they're found when they're 12 years old, somewhere around there, and the most they can teach that person is maybe one word. They might be able to teach them their name, and you're not going to be able to teach them how to write, how to cultivate a personality after that point. We have to start and develop a personality. It's part of the game. And so there's nothing wrong with it, but it is full of shadows and triggers. So when we develop our personality, if you're watching this video, you get to a point where you're interested in transcending all of that. You're interested in embodying your soul. You're interested in the higher purpose of life. And so we look back on our lives and we discover all of our shadows and our triggers. So what is our shadow? Our shadow is a seed that has potential to grow. And for that seed to grow, it must die to the growth of the fruit. If a seed stays closed, it is safe, but it is never going to grow into the fruit. It's never going to flower. So that seed needs to break. And that breaking can be our heart breaking, our personality breaking, our whole being breaking. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not so easy. Sometimes we go into what is known as a dark night of the soul, which is a complete transformation. I've been through a couple of those where everything we once thought was important and identified with is thrown out the window, and something greater begins to grow out of that. So relationships are an enormous opportunity to grow out of our shadows, our lower self, our lower instincts, basically. Because think about our 3 lower chakras. We want to survive, we want sex, and we want power. And we can get caught in that our whole lives until we raise that energy up and go into our heart and transcend, and then we can open our throat and our third eye and our crown. And so that is the game. Approach someone you are challenged with as if they are the divine, as if they are God walking around in drag, disguised as that person. And you'll be amazed how different you will see that person and how your interaction will change. Like I was saying, when you go into your heart, think about someone that is challenging some aspect. And when you approach them with love, their walls come down. Because if you approach them with walls, you guys are just going to butt heads. So get out of your head, go into your heart, approach them with love. And you'll be amazed how they respond to that. And of course, if you're in a situation where you're getting abused physically, I would say you probably need more help than a YouTube video. You might need to seek professional one-on-one help with someone that is trained in that area of trauma. But the emotional and mental abuse you feel, that can be transcended. I think the line I draw is if your safety is involved, then you may need to move away, create some space, and get away from that. Otherwise, relationships are a beautiful space to grow and transcend and take full responsibility of your part in the game. If they are completely unreasonable, completely violent and upset, you still have the ability to respond with love and kindness. And when you do, there's really nothing for them to hit. And so when it doesn't land, they'll melt. They'll melt in your arms. It's amazing. So that's been what's helped me with relationships, with family, and my perspective on families. See ya.